Okay, we're on Friday of really the 7th, where attendance for week 4 is going away and week 5 is coming up. And so what's great for me is that I've seen about a half a dozen of you in my office this week to do your code reviews. Now, some of the code reviews became actually more of a discussion of the code that need to be completed, and that's fine too. I got to have some really good discussion with students, and it really does help me see how well these concepts are translating to students and how important this code review process is. So I know it can be a bit of a challenge based on everyone's schedule, but I've attempted to be as flexible as I can be with that. But I will tell you, I am doing a code review session tomorrow, which is Saturday, right? So again, just to be clear here, and just to make sure everyone is on the same page. So today is Friday that I'm recording this. Tomorrow is the 8th. I have somebody already scheduled for 11 o'clock tomorrow. I have one opening tomorrow. So if you see this and you want to do a code review, right, let me know. And here's the key, is that code has to be submitted 24 hours before the code review has been scheduled. So if you're scheduling with me for tomorrow, right, considering that it's like 1 in the afternoon, you're a little bit late already. But as long as I see that code in the morning, but I really prefer to have 24 hours of code, a heads up that you're scheduling, and 24 hours, okay? So as we roll into Monday, which is when your Monday night, which is when your develop it will be due, your first develop it will be due. I do have several people that have already contacted me. My office hour for Monday is from noon until 1. I have a couple of appointments in the afternoon that I can't move, so I would need to hear from you about when you're going to want to connect with me if you're going to want to do a review before the due date. So I'm not doing anything after about 6 in the evening on that day, so just know that that's true, okay? So make sure you're planning accordingly. And remember, if you submit your code, if you don't do a code review before you submit it, which is fine, you have a week to do it, right? And a week meaning until the next Monday. So, but just know that when you do that code review and I grade your code, it's as is. It's not, you can't change it at that point and try to fix any challenges or things that you may have run into. And it was really great for me to see those students come in this week and give them an opportunity to fix those issues. So that's why I do it. I feel it's reinforced for me this week to actually make that happen, because learning about this stuff is one thing, sitting down with another person, talking through your code, getting suggestions is another. Okay, so I've released I'd already released this section 5. So we have 2 sections we're going to do before the next code up, okay, or the next develop it, sorry. We're doing 2 code ups, which is 5 and 6. And these are way important, okay? So these are fundamental. This objects is in 5 and arrays is in 6. Sorry, yeah, and both of them are 10 lectures long. So there's a good chunk of content here, and so what I recommend doing is, as I've said before, right, as you're coming to these challenges in the Udemy course, do every attempt you can to see how well you're grasping this by doing the challenges. That really shows you if you're getting it, right? So just FYI on that. And then we will go through our cycle, right? So on that week will be the week that, I would hope to see many of you like I did this week before your next develop it too. But just to give you the heads up, so you might wonder, what are we doing? Well, we're taking the things, and this is actually the cool thing about doing this first cycle here, is we'll take those concepts and that programming that you've done and move it into, we basically call it refactoring this code into these new paradigms that you're learning, which is objects and arrays. Okay, so that's what, as you're looking forward to the next develop it, that's what it's going to be. And then we'll add a few new features into the code that you've already written. All right, so just to give you that kind of view of where we're at, and that's that's where it's at. So again, remember, make sure you're submitting your code 24 hours before. You're scheduling with me, you're emailing me saying, and if your times are different, then we have to negotiate that based on our schedules. And I'm willing to work with you, but you have to reach out and work with me. Okay? All right, have a good week. Talk to you later.